888-589-8840 if you want to join the program. 888-589-8840. You're listening to AFR Talk Financial Issues. We are 5 days away from the election. It looks like Mitt Romney is dropping back behind in Ohio from some of the polling I saw this morning. We've got 5 days left. I'm worried about the Senate. So is the rest of the GOP. The GOP, the conservatives, are trying to gain control of the Senate. I think that's incredibly important. As important as anything else in these elections. So the GOP are obviously concerned about that, putting more money into the Senate. Of course, one of the, they're concerned about Aiken. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the guy the GOP threw under the bus, isn't it? Yeah, same guy. Now they're, hoping he gets elected to the Senate. They should have thought of that before they threw him under the bus. Maybe they would have given him a little bit more money, and he wouldn't be running such a close race right now in Missouri. So that's kind of frustrating for me as I think of all the weasels in the GOP. But anyway, I'm very concerned in the Congress for Allen West. He is getting absolutely hammered in Florida. The Democratic National Committee has committed an enormous amount of money to defeat Allen West and Michelle Bachmann. Two fighters, two staunch conservatives, two people that stand firmly. Isn't it interesting? One's a woman, one's an African American. I thought they cared about. I thought they were all about the women and the African-American vote. But, these aren't women. This isn't a woman or an African-American that is on the side of the Democratic Party, anything but. So I'm very concerned about that, very disappointed, frankly. I'm very disappointed that the RNC hasn't done more to try to support them. But nevertheless, I'm worried about George Allen in Virginia. I just don't get that state at all. I'm so confused. Smith in Pennsylvania's got a battle. That's my state. Frankly, I was very, very encouraged in the last couple of weeks about Smith. Obviously living in Pennsylvania, I'm seeing all the ads. I think he's got a great ad campaign going on to defeat Casey. Really good ad campaign, really pointing out some of the things that Casey voted for. And I hope it's resonated. I know it's resonating with the majority of the state. He's probably going to win 65 out of the 78 counties. But it may not be enough because you got to win Pittsburgh and the surrounding counties. You got to win Philadelphia and the surrounding, at least Philadelphia and the surrounding counties for him. So anyway, interesting. So we're watching those things closely. So here's the deal on the number. By the way, 888-589-8840. So I said that the pivotal number for me. Now I'm looking forward. I'm worried about the economy. I'm concerned about what's going to happen in 2013. I am desperately trying to develop my strategy for 2013. And by the way, it's November 1st, and this is the latest for me. I have never begun to do the analytical work on my strategy for the following year and where that might take me. So here's the deal. I'm managing millions of an endowment, millions of charitable trust. Okay, I'm not managing those hundreds of millions that I did for individuals. But I've got to put together a strategy for my website, those that have partnered with me on my website, so that I can be emailing you, sending you out those alerts on some stock picks that I think are going to be good ones going through 2013. I am planning on by the end of November. Frankly, I'm going to start working hard on it. I've already got some ideas on Wednesday after the election and we see the results. Hopefully, we will see the results Wednesday. So I'm already starting to shape that strategy for my asset allocation models. So if you're a partner on the website, at least for the last 2 weeks of November, you might be wise to check it every day to see what changes have been made. Obviously, any major changes, I'm going to send you out an alert on my system. We're also hoping by the end of the year our banking system is up and running. I'm really excited about that. We did a lot of fine tuning on it yesterday. I'm very excited about it. We're going to be offering great interest rates and no fees for your ATM card and such. Great platform. I'm looking forward to it. But we're working on that. But I've never this late put together a strategy. Usually by November, I kind of have a pretty good outlook of the sectors that I'm going to be focusing on as far as weighting goes for investment strategies. I'm thinking about that. I've done most of the analytical work, obviously completed the second quarter analytical work, begin to look at third quarter financials, which I won't start to do that really actively until the end of November, but by now I usually have a pretty good indication of where they're going. So unable to do it because of the election and because of some of the numbers, the inconsistencies in the numbers that are coming out. And I've been doing this over 30 years. I've never seen inconsistencies like we have today. Never seen inconsistencies. Never seen a situation where we have a so-called recovery when we've had no GDP growth to speak of. When, in my opinion, we've had a negative GDP growth, not a positive GDP growth. Never seen anything like that. Never seen a recovery where all the indicators, all the leading indicators are looking a lot more negative than they're looking positive. But here's the big number that is very interesting to me, and this is going to shape some of my strategy as I think about 2013, and it should yours too. If you're not following mine, then it should shape yours. Now, I'm not hearing any conversation about this. I've been very frustrated about what I'm not hearing lately. One of the things that I'm not hearing, I see again, GM posted a 13% drop in profit in their Europe enterprise. 13% in weaker earnings in North America, but it saw some strength in Asia and South America, but Europe is killing them. And they're talking about the record profits that GM is making, yet nobody is talking about, this is so pathetic to me because so many people are supposed to be financial analysts and financial commentators, and nobody's talking about basically the pass that GM has for taxes. How would you like to be a company like an ExxonMobil or a Ford Motor, for instance, just to do a more comparable situation, that was thinking about future profits and thinking about current returns and profits without any concern about paying taxes? See, the bailout that you and I are giving GM is continuing and is going to continue for many, many years to come, because of the way the government structured their bankruptcy deal and because of the tax credits that they received, which they've got about 5-6 years left on. But the bigger issue with taxes, the reason they're not going to pay any taxes, is they got a $45 billion carryover from their bankruptcy.